What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome to part 2 of our Tower Defense Tuesday doubleheader. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Voodolls here. This one is developed by SideRift and published by Tate Multimedia. This is an online co-op tower defense action strategy game. I've been watching this one for quite some while, so I am pretty excited to see it in action. Now, the game did launch on Steam May 11th of 2023, so just a couple of weeks ago, and let's just dive right on into it. Now, this game does feature a lot. It's an action tower defense game, so you will be directly involved. You can choose between like a first-person or a third-person camera angle. There's 4 players on a team. There's 4 different Voodolls that you can start with. As I mentioned, it is solo or online co-op. The game has got a bunch of replayability. It's got a full story-based campaign, full voiceovers throughout. The game looks pretty smooth and polished. Now, I've just got a very basic first look at the game so far, but I am definitely liking what I see, and I think this one is well worth taking a look at. There will be links to it down in the description below, but let's go ahead and hop on in and look through the basics. Now, first off, in settings, there is settings. There's a nice amount of settings. Indie tower defense games, of course, this is kind of hit and miss. However, it's got all the things I personally would look for. Taking a look through the gameplay settings, you can change camera height, the offset, camera sensitivity, the shake, toggle sprint. Additionally, there's auto aim and aim assist, different crosshair types. Lots of different options to choose from here. Max frame rate and bloom. Let's go ahead and crank our frame rate up a bit. We'll go to 144. Let's see. Let's go ahead and save that. Display. You can choose the display type. Borderless full screen is going to be for me. Let's go ahead and set that one in. Now, let's see. Did I not see? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Under gameplay. You do have field of view setting as well, which I know a lot of people will like to change that. By default, it's set at 60. I feel like that needs to be cranked up a bit. The worlds and the maps are globes. They're round. They're individual planets. So we're going to have to play around with the field of view and see what looks the nicest. Let's see. What else do we have? You can change your key bindings. That's awesome. We've got multiple sound settings. That is one of my pet peeves personally. I like having the sound effects, music, and cinematics separate. We do have that, and then additionally, there's some different HUD features that you can change. So lots of settings available. Let's go ahead and jump on in and check out some of the initial gameplay here. Alright, now first things first, you have to select a puppet. What do we have? We've got Corruption. Is the spirit of injustice, relentless towards those she considers guilty and benevolent. Oh man. What are the abilities here on Corruption? Creates an area around you that temporarily increases damage dealt. So it's like a hero boost. And then we got, a stun. Stuns nearby enemies for a few seconds. Then we've got Nightmare Vision. Charms, frightens enemies in front of you, so a little bit of a fear. Oh, it actually forces them to run back. And then we've got a charm as well. We've got illusion. Let's see the options there. Heavy pockets creates an area that immobilizes weak enemies and slows stronger ones. And then we've got, it's like a mirror image. That's kind of cool. And that's going to act as kind of like a decoy to distract enemies. And then we got lunacy. Oh, man. What do we got there? Lightly heals. Lunacy appears to be the team healer. Temporarily reduces incoming damage while focusing enemies' attention on you. So a little bit of like a warrior tank, or a warrior priest, I should say. A little bit of heals, a little bit of tankage. Let's go ahead and go with Corruption. I think as far as a base experience, I like that one. What it sounds like the best. So we'll pop that up. Now, alright, so you're going to get a choice of weapons as well, which is pretty awesome. Looks like we do have a ranged weapon, the Scorpions. From the choices there, we have, the Soul Slicer, two-handed axe. We've got the Heart Piercer, a magical sword. High mobility available. The Impaler. The Javelin is a slow but deadly ranged weapon. that strikes through enemies. So you get a little pierce there. And then we got the scorpions. I think the scorpions looks pretty cool. You got a main attack and an alternate fire. The main attack fires some projectiles. The alternate fire fires 3 projectiles in a burst. Let's go ahead and go with that scorpions. That just sounds really awesome. And then, what do we got up here? Alright, so we've got full-on library of all the goodies. Demonic slaves, these are the enemies I've encountered so far, just tinkering around a little bit. Allies. So I'm assuming this is NPC-type allies. Or there's the playable characters, too. The various planets that are available. Of course, I've got to discover these.
My name is
looks like you can go back and watch the cinematics. We're going to skip the cinematics here. But let's jump on in and check out the initial experience. This is the first map, which is a prologue, and it is the prison. Let's dive on in and check it out.
My name is Ogwe Saint Fleur. I was a Hungan, a voodoo priest. But one day, a terrible event brought death among my people. I had to find what happened. So I went through the veil and began a journey through the astral planes. Guided by the spirit of my ancestors, I traveled among the stars of billions lives until I reached the darkness, the place where only doomed souls are admitted, hell. To enter this dark place, I needed help from within. I managed to seal a pact with 4 souls. I offered to free their souls in exchange for their protection. What follows is the tale of our journey.
All right. Okay, here we go. So, as I mentioned, full voiceovers on the story. Everything about the game, in my initial experience, seems quite polished. I'm pretty stoked with what I see here. All right, so we got a little bit of a tutorial. As I mentioned, you can switch camera views. So you can go first person, you can go third person, whichever you prefer. I like the third person view personally. And let's see, take a walk. We are taking a walk. What do we have here? Attack. Right, find a way to get out. Let's see. Oh, looks like there's a little hole here. We got to huzzah off it. Kind of feels like we have to huzzah off of it. Is this going to be my first lesson in fall damage? We will find out. Let's see. Alright, we got a sprint, and I did notice in the settings you can toggle the sprint, which is quite awesome. Oh, this is a tutorial still. Okay, so it's a little jumping tutorial. So we've got to make it across the other platform, it looks like, to find our way out. Oh, fail jump for the loss. Can we jump back up there? Looks like we can. Alright. Fail jumping for the loss. That's where toggling that sprint on and off might be beneficial. There we go. Alright, we got some baddies up here to wreck. Kill all the enemies. The range attack feels quite nice. Now, we've got that, the abilities, too. That is our first one. Gives us a little stun there. It looks like it's got a bit of a cooldown. Not too terrible, though. Pretty quick. Let's keep wrecking them up here and see what we can do. Destroy the door. There we go. Door wrecked. So you reach the gate and wait for it to open. What you doing in the cage there, little homie? He's not a homie. He's a baddie. I'm sure of it. But let's head on out. Jump downstairs. Alright, so here we go. Looks like we're into the first map. Okay, start by summoning the Puppet Master at the designated location. Be prepared to defend him against hordes of enemies. If his health drops to 0, you lose. Imagine that. You win souls by killing enemies. Spend them to build more traps. Alright, so this is kind of like our builder mana, so to speak. So we got to go over and get us a... Is this lava? No, this is a road. Alright, so we good here. Now, as I mentioned, this is a tutorial map, but the planets are going to be round. So, you know, you're going to be able to run all the way around from one side to another, and I'm assuming defend the whole way. Let's start off by getting our Puppet Master placed here. And alright, it is possible to switch between action mode and construction mode at any time with tab. Alright, so that's how you build. Select the trap you want to build. Traps go on paths where towers don't. Fair? If you want to adjust the trap's rotation before building it, it's Q and E. Very nice. Alright, let's see. So we got a little choke point here going in. I don't know if this is a spawner. I'm not really sure. Let's just go ahead and go with a tower right there. And then, we got some traps as well. We got 2 different traps. And it looks like that's part of the tutorial anyway, is to place traps. Alright, hold G to start the wave. Alright, so we got a nice little choke there. But let's see what we get here. Now, I feel like I may have turtled a little too much. But, you know, obviously, depending on how many different spawners we get, that might be a good thing. We'll have to see. I want to see how these traps and towers do this. So let these guys come back into the kill box a little and see what they do. Oh yeah, it's wrecking. It is indeed wrecking. Look at our range tower here. Quite a few bads here. Now, you can swap out and build it at any point. So, like, if we wanted to, we could throw another tower right there, right in the combat phase, which is quite nice. Alright. See, looks like this one's just 2 waves, so it'll be a quick one. Let's get another tower right here. I feel like we got a pretty good little killing zone started up. Let's take a look at this other trap. And then what is this guy? Is that... Appears like it's some sort of AoE that I can build anywhere. Not really sure what that was. Some traps are not automated and need to be striked in order to activate their power. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and G it up again and check it out. I like the whole knife throw here. It's pretty awesome. We got some kind of a little hit or headshot indicator or something in there too. Or maybe that's just a hit indicator. Let's let them come back in. Let's see how these towers hold up. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, so that's a up in the air thing. I wasn't seeing it because it was in the air. That's interesting. Let's see, let's slap another tower. Let's do 2 more towers. I think I have thoroughly overkilled it here now. It looks like that is not going to be a spawner there, but I believe we are just going to wreck through the first wave. Alright, yeah, there we go. We got the victory, and we got a Steam achievement as well.
Once our pact was sealed, I gave a body to my new protectors, a voodoo doll, to host their spirit. Then together, they opened the gates of hell, allowing me to join their prison. Demons didn't wait to attack us, but I needed to focus on the ritual to escape the darkness. Thanks to my protectors, I managed to end my ritual. A rift opened, leading to a nearby world. I couldn't know then, but this was only the beginning of our escape.
Alright, so that was just the prologue. So we get, this is what we earned through the unlocks. Now, I think does this take us to a whole nother planet? I think this takes us to a whole nother planet. See, trials are optional. They can only be activated before starting the battle. Alright. Speak to Homie to activate the unique trial on every planet if you want additional rewards. Alright, this is looking quite nice, y'all. And here we go. We got one of the round planets. So to give you a little perspective of what that looks like. This is looking pretty cool, really. I'm kind of digging how this game looks. I could see doing a full playthrough of this one. Or maybe even live streaming it a little bit. The game feels like it's got a nice amount of features, and it definitely feels like there's a nice amount of polish as well. So kind of excited for that one. However, we are already 15 minutes in. So let's go ahead and call it there for this Tower Defense Tuesday video. Just a little taste of Voodolls. Let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see more of this one. I think the game looks pretty good. So kind of excited to see exactly where this one goes. I think you see now the field of view thing I was talking about. I'm not sure with the planets being round like this exactly how we would want to, or what we would want to have our field of view set at. We'll have to play around with that setting just a little bit. But things looking super cool, no doubt. But that will do it for this one. Links to all the goods are down in the description below. Make sure to head on over and check it out. This one is launched. It's a launch product, so you could play it today if you wanted to. It does run $14.99. And from what I'm seeing so far, it looks pretty good. I think I might dig some more of it. So as I mentioned, let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see a full playthrough of this game. I think I could very happily do a full playthrough of the game and really enjoy it. I think I'm digging what I see so far with the level of polish, the art style. Everything's looking pretty darn good. But once again, that is going to do it for today. Thanks an absolute ton, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.